calling Blockbuster, home of the board. Lelani speaking. How may I help you? Hey, y'all. So I am here for video 2 from the Mukbang Rebels. Today we are having baked fish, grilled fish, and vegetables. I have some salmon and some green beans from Long John Silver's. And they also put it on top of some brown rice, which I'm actually not going to eat the rice. But, yeah. So, hey, y'all. Today has been a lazy day. This is my last little off day from my Christmas break. I go to work tomorrow and the next day. And then I'll be off. I'm off until the 4th after I work tomorrow and Sunday. So, yeah, I just decided to lay around today, not really do anything, just relax. And that's what I did. I woke up way before either one of my girls. I ordered breakfast from Denny's at like 10:30, and I think it came about 11:30 maybe. And I told Rayanne, and she jumped up and she got her food that I ordered for her. I went in there and told Shaylin I got her some pancakes, which normally you say pancakes to Shaylin, and she jumps up. She said, and roll back over and went back to sleep. So she didn't wake up until, I think it might have been 1:30, 2 o'clock before she finally woke up. And then she came and got her pancakes. So yeah, so dinner, I got them some Wingstop, and I got my fish. So yeah, this can't be. I'm not sure what I'm going to talk about exactly. I guess maybe I'll just try it. You can get different flavors. Chili, Southwest, and I think it said Baja or seasoned. I got seasoned because I wasn't sure what any of those others would have been. That's pretty good. And then I just got 2 orders of green beans because it comes with 2 sides. I guess they don't consider the rice a side. And you know, they have green beans, they have corn, coleslaw, and something else in a container like coleslaw. I don't know what the other cold item is. I don't think they have potato salad. I don't know what the other item is, but it kind of looks like the coleslaw. I don't know what that is. So I just got 2 orders of green beans. Their green beans are pretty good. So the first time that I lost weight, when I first started, because I told you last video, I used to be over 600 pounds. So the first time, I started off with just I stopped drinking sodas. That was the first thing I did. I have not drank sodas since 1998. So that was the first thing that I did, was I stopped drinking sodas. Not that I drank a whole lot of them. I might have drank 1 or 2 sodas a day. When I did drink sodas, I drank like a cream soda or Sprite, ginger ale. I was never like a Coke drinker, Pepsi. When I was in college, I drank Diet Dr. Pepper. That's because one of my closest friends, that was her favorite soda, so that's just what we bought. But yeah, so I stopped drinking sodas. I started drinking a whole lot more water. And I started off trying to like actually eat 3 meals a day, because like I said, my habit is not eating. And that's how I started gaining weight. And at the same time, I started having to go to therapy for my back, because I actually, my back went out on me, and I fell down to the floor in my hallway in my apartment, and I couldn't get up. I could not move, and I refused to call 911 because, like I said, I was over 600 pounds, and I was not interested in being on the news saying, you know, the ambulance had to come in and, you know, get a crane to get this 600-pound black woman out of her apartment. Nope, I didn't call. No, absolutely not. I laid on that floor until I was able to get the strength to roll over because it hurt so bad to try to move. It hurt so bad. I lay there until I got the strength to flip over. When I flipped over, I laid there again, build my strength back up again, and then I used my fingers and my toes to drag myself from my hallway to my room next to my bed. Then I laid on the floor next to the bed until I built up my strength again to pull myself onto that bed. And then I laid on that bed for like 30 hours because I couldn't move. Until my aunt called me and asked me why I wasn't at work. And I'm like, because my back is out and I can't move. And she's like, well, you gotta go to the doctor because you gotta go to work. You can't just lay there and not go to work. You gotta go to the doctor. So I got myself up out the apartment, down the stairs because I lived on the second floor. Took myself to the emergency room, to which they scheduled me for therapy. They gave me pain medication. They scheduled me for therapy, and I started going to therapy 7 days a week, actually, for my back. And in therapy, it was like they had me doing like weightlifting and just different kind of exercises to build the muscles up in my back. And that actually helped in, you know, kicking off the weight loss. And then trying to think what else happened. Yeah, drinking the water, doing the therapy every day, and just trying to eat every day. And then I was eating, trying to eat healthy things. So like my breakfast would be like either just like some eggs, or I'd have like oatmeal for my breakfast. Lunch, I'd have like a salad or a pita pocket wrap. And then dinner, I just have like a normal dinner, like some, I used to bake chicken all the time. So either like some baked chicken and some green beans, or, something like that. And that's what I did. I just started eating like that for like the next few years. And like I said, I got down to, I'm not sure exactly what I got down to. Clothing size wise, I got down to like a 24, but I stopped. Like that's just where I stopped. No, I probably was like a 26. And I stopped. Like I just didn't lose anymore. And I just could not lose anymore. And then that's after my grandfather passed, and I moved to Houston. And when I was in Houston, I got on Weight Watchers. My aunt was doing Weight Watchers, and so I joined Weight Watchers with her, and I started doing Weight Watchers. And on Weight Watchers, I it kind of, knocked me off the plateau following their new regimen, and that knocked me back into, a weight loss progress, and I went down to $3.99. And then when I got to $3.99, it just stopped. It stopped, and it just wasn't changing anymore. And at that point, that's when I finally got approved for weight loss surgery. And I had the surgery December 22nd, 2002. And so once I had the surgery, of course, I was on clear liquids for 2 weeks, and then soft solids for 2 weeks. And then after that, it was, you could add in one, solid item, one item at a time, per day or however you want to do it. But you did one item and you wait to see how your body reacted to that one item. Um, and, at that point, that's when I had to start learning to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. And that's what got me into my regimen of eating every 2.5 to 3 hours. And realizing that was, that made my body lose weight. The fact that I was eating, and it didn't have to be a lot. Just eat something every 2.5 to 3 hours, and the metabolism kicks in, and you lose weight. And yeah, I just kind of kept that up, because weight loss surgery only lasts for a certain amount of time. You have about 18 months that your body loses weight, kind of regardless. That I'm not going to say no matter what, because you can have weight loss surgery and then not lose anything. If you just purposely just don't follow anything, like my aunt had, she didn't have the one that I had, but the first one that my aunt had, it was like the stomach stapling, but they didn't change any of her intestines and stuff. So I had intestines removed, which made it to where I can't do sugar, that's why I picked the one that I picked, because I wanted to make sure I couldn't do sugar, because I saw my aunt have the surgery before I did. She had surgery years before, and surgery she picked, it didn't have any kind of restrictions on her ability to eat sugar. So my aunt had this surgery that actually almost killed her. And since she couldn't eat, she would go to Brahms every day, which is a ice cream restaurant slash thing that we have here in Oklahoma. And she would get a large vanilla shake, and she would get a large cherry limeade shake, and she'd drink those. That's what she had that was her food every day. She'd drink a large cherry limeade shake and a large vanilla shake. And then she wasn't losing weight. Well, of course not, because that was like probably 1,000 calories. A large shake, like a big old shake. 2 of them. That's all. That was the only thing she had. But you know how much calories is in ice cream? And so her doctor was like, "What are you eating? There's got to be something that's making you gain." She said, "I don't know. I'm not eating anything. All I do is drink." But she didn't tell him she was drinking ice cream. And so, when I decided I was going to have weight loss surgery, I knew I didn't want to have that. I knew I needed some restrictions. I wanted to make sure that I didn't do that. So that's why I picked the surgery that I had. Because I wanted to make sure there was restrictions, because I didn't want to, I didn't want to have the temptation of knowing, oh, I could just go have some ice cream, No, I didn't want that. So I picked the one that I did so that I knew I couldn't do ice cream and stuff like that. But again, even when you follow all the rules, your body will lose, pretty much automatically if you're following the rules for about 18 months. After that point, your body gets used to it. Anything you're doing, after so long, your body gets used to it and it just becomes normal. And then you don't lose weight from being normal anymore. You can't lose weight if you're just doing what you always do. Your body gets used to it. Now that's your norm. And so you stop. You don't lose weight doing your norm, right? And so after that, just eating, every 2.5 hours or so, I could maintain I could stay exactly where I was as long as I always kept doing that. I was keeping my weight. Like I got down to, like I said, like a between a 16 and an 18. That's kind of where I hovered, and I stayed there, until after Shaylin was born. Um, when I got pregnant with Rayon, I gained 12 pounds that whole pregnancy. After I had her, I lost 28. With Shaylin, now with Shaylin, I was really, really sick with that pregnancy. So I actually, in the beginning, I couldn't eat. I could not eat. I couldn't drink. Nothing would stay down. My body was just retaining fluid and whatever. I actually gained like, I think 60 pounds the first 3 months, and I wasn't eating. I wasn't eating. I wasn't drinking. I kept having to go to the hospital, and they were, giving me IV fluids and potassium and magnesium and all kinds of stuff. Um, but I gained like all this weight because my body was just holding on, um, until I finally figured out what I could keep down, which she's the strangest baby in the world. I was able to drink grapefruit juice, and I was able to eat hot. If it was spicy, I could eat it. So when I finally figured that out, then I started eating, spicy stuff, and I would keep like Fireball candy in my mouth all the time, and then I wasn't sick anymore. And so once I did that, like I said, I gained like 50, 60 pounds, I think. And so when I started eating, all of a sudden, like within a month, that 50, 60 that I gained, it just was gone. It dropped off all at one time really fast. Well, before, when I gained the weight, the doctor was yelling, "You're gaining too much weight, you can't do that, da 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 da." And then when it dropped off, then they were screaming at me again, "You can't lose this much weight, you're losing too much weight, da da da." I'm like, all I did was start eating. Because when he was fussing about the gaining, I said, "I'm not eating anything." So then when I lost it, I'm like, all I did was eat. All I did was eat. Like, I'm not doing anything. It's not me. It's the baby. I promise you, it's the baby. And so, but once that dropped back off, it stopped. Like, it leveled out. And I think I ended up gaining 10 pounds that pregnancy. And when I had her, I lost, I think, 40. I lost 40 after I had Shaylin. Um, yeah, because I think I was in like I was between like a 14, 16 after I had Shaylin. And so, and like I said, I don't like myself that weight. So I actually gained back up to my 16, 18 to where I like to be. And that's where I was until I had to have my knee surgery, basically. Yeah. So that's pretty much my story on how I lost weight, kept it off. I told you last week how I gained what I've gained back, being bedridden and not eating. So, yeah. I got to get myself back into the habit, eating every few hours, and get this weight back off, which is starting to come off. Every time my sister-in-law sees me, she notices it. Because I don't actually weigh. I don't do the scale thing. I go more by the way my clothes fit and what I can see. I'm not a scale watcher. My weight loss meetings that I went to for my surgery, they would actually recommend people don't use a scale at home. The only time, use a scale was when you went to the meeting. Because people start getting, overly stuck on that scale. And then when it doesn't move, they get all depressed and start doing the wrong things to try to make the scale move. Because you never really know what your body is doing. Sometimes, even though the numbers don't go down, your body is still changing. And you might have worked out more and built more muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. So, if you're working out and you're weightlifting and stuff, and you lost a pound, but you put on some muscle, you don't see that pound you lost. But you don't want to get all upset and psych yourself out. Because that doesn't mean, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I don't like the scale watch. But I know, how my clothes are fitting and stuff is getting looser and stuff is starting to look more like it used to. So, yeah. So I've eaten about, I don't know, maybe a fourth of this piece of salmon. About half of one of my things of green beans. So, there's still a lot of salmon left. But y'all know I don't eat a whole lot. I'll eat some more in 2.5 hours or so. I'm gonna finish the green beans. Uh-oh, there's a green bean. That was that, y'all. Let me see it. This was our second video for Mukbang Rebels. Fish and veggies. So, see you next week, next Saturday. And you can check everybody out. It'll be down in my description box. I thank y'all for watching. Thumbs up, subscribing, and sharing. And I will be back with another video soon. So y'all come back now, yeah? Bye, y'all.